When you think of Provence Rosé, you almost can't help it. You immediately picture a sunny afternoon, maybe the sound of the ocean, and of course that perfect, pale, pink wine sitting in your glass. It's basically summer in a bottle. But have you ever stopped to wonder what really makes this specific wine so incredibly special? Well, that's exactly where we're headed. Think of this as a deep dive into the heart of it all. We're going to explore the ancient history, the one-of-a-kind landscape, and the unbelievable skill that goes into every single bottle. So, what is it? What's the big secret here? Is it just, good grapes and lots of sun? Or is there something deeper going on? Let's get into it and see if we can figure this out together. Okay, first thing we have to get our heads around is that Provence Rosé, it's just so much more than a drink. It's become this global phenomenon, right? It stands for a whole lifestyle, that feeling of leisure, of elegance, that simple Mediterranean joy. And that's an image that's been built up over time and is now recognized literally everywhere. But here's the twist, and I think this is fascinating. While it feels so modern and trendy, its roots go way, way back. In fact, Provence is the oldest wine region in all of France, so this modern-day sensation actually has an ancient soul. So, to find the first big clue to our mystery, we have to go right back to the source. We've got to look at the ground, the sky, the land, the wind, and the sun that make this place unlike anywhere else on Earth. And I mean, we're going way back. The story kicks off in 600 BC. That's when the Greeks first brought grapevines to what we now call Marseille. Then the Romans came along and planted vineyards all over the place. And later, during the Middle Ages, it was the monks who kept the tradition alive, perfecting it. So this isn't some new fad. This is a legacy that's been evolving for more than 2,500 years. Now, all of that history and geography, it all comes together in one incredibly important word, terroir. You've probably heard it. It's this French concept that's so much more than just land. It's like the soul of a place, that unique combination of soil, climate, and topography. It's the reason a wine from one place can't be perfectly copied anywhere else. And a huge part of the terroir in Provence is the soil itself. It's this amazing patchwork. You've got limestone, which gives the wine that fantastic acidity and minerality we love. Then there's clay, which holds water and gives the wine a bit more body and structure. And you've also got schist, which soaks up the heat and helps create those incredible complex aromas. The winemakers there aren't just growing grapes. They're basically artists working with this palette of different soils. But it's not just about what's in the ground. You have to look up at the air, and you have to meet the mistral. This wind is a huge character in the story of Provence. It's this powerful, dry wind that comes barreling down from the north. Think of it like a natural guardian for the vineyards. It dries the grapes after it rains, which stops diseases from forming, and it also locks in all that critical freshness and acidity. It's like nature's very own quality control system. Okay, so we've got these incredible ingredients from nature, right? The land, the sun, the wind. But how do you take all of that and turn it into the wine we actually drink? Well, that brings us to the next secret, the human element, the amazing art of the winemaker. And right away, let's just bust a huge myth. That beautiful, pale pink color, it does not come from mixing red and white wine together. No way. It's actually the result of some serious skill and precision. It's all about a super delicate art of extraction, controlling the exact amount of time the grape juice spends touching the red grape skins. The most famous technique for this is called the direct press method, and it is all about freshness. They often harvest the grapes at night when it's cool. Then the whole bunches are pressed right away, very, very gently. And here's the absolute key. The juice is only in contact with the skins for a tiny amount of time, just minutes sometimes, just long enough to get that iconic color. After that, it's fermented slowly at cool temperatures, just like you would with a world-class white wine. So right there, the winemaker has this big choice to make, and it completely shapes the style of the wine. You can go the direct press route, where the goal is pure elegance. That's how you get that pale color and those crisp mineral flavors. Or you can choose short maceration, where you leave the juice on the skins for a few hours. There, the goal is all about fruit intensity, and you end up with a deeper pink color and much richer fruit flavors. And the final piece of the art is the blend. This is where the winemaker is really like a composer. Grenache is usually the backbone, giving it body and those elegant red fruit notes. Then you might bring in Syrah for a little spice and structure, since salt adds those beautiful fresh floral aromas.
And for the really serious rosés, the ones that can age, you might see more vert for depth. It's this incredible balancing act that creates the final harmony you taste in the glass.
So we have the land, and we have the art. But the story of a wine doesn't end there. It's also about its place in the world, right? How it fits into the culture, and maybe more importantly, what's next for it.
You really can't talk about this wine's magic without talking about food. It is just unbelievably versatile. That bright acidity and those subtle flavors make it the absolute perfect partner for all that classic food from the south of France. I mean, just picture it with a rich bouillabaisse, or a fresh salad niçoise, or even just a simple piece of grilled fish with herbs. The wine doesn't just go with the food, it makes the whole experience better.
But here's the paradox at the heart of Provence's future. The very sun that makes this whole beautiful story possible is now becoming a real threat. Climate change is here, and adapting to hotter temperatures and less rain is easily the biggest challenge facing winemakers in the region. To keep that perfect, delicate balance, they have to constantly innovate.
So, in the end, it all comes down to this incredible balancing act, a dance between tradition and innovation. How does a place with 2,600 years of history move forward in a world that's changing so fast without losing the very soul that makes its wines so special in the first place? That really is the question that's going to define the next chapter for the world's most famous rosé.